Hey, Todd Burry from toddburry.com. Today I'm going to talk about making a run. Making a run is a seriously powerful thing, and everyone who's successful in anything, whether it's home business network marketing or in any sort of traditional style business that they've built or in any serious commission-based business, has made runs, right? Runs are periods of extremely high activity. And they're usually not massively long, right? So, the run could be 30 days or 60 or 90. Classically, everyone who's done something really significant has made at least a 90-day run. But some people do it for a year, it just depends. I've done many of them in my career, and these are just times of extreme focus. I sort of launched my network marketing business by making a major intense run in my eighth month, and that month I sponsored 17 business builders in 1 month, and that was without skill. It was just based on numbers and doing the work, and then through that I got a lot better. I got really skilled from that run. And then I had many. I made an 80-day run at the start of a venture years later that created explosive growth. But it was intense activity. I was working 16 hours a day. So it's not something you should sustain because it takes you too far out of balance. And I know there's people like Gary Vee out there and other people who they don't believe in balance. Well, they're going to die young. and they might make a lot of money, but they're going to miss a lot of the great stuff in life. You want to make sure you're taking care of your health and your relationships, and that's just a sidebar. I believe that you can do it all, and that the fruits that you receive will be worthy of the investment in those things. So here's some insight on that, because you really do, if you're serious about building your business, you have to make a run at some point, and I suggest now. Do it now. You'll be glad you did. Because what happens when you decide, and I think a 90-day run is the best first run there is. Because after 90, you're going to get fatigued. You're going to get tired. You're going to need to take a break. And that's not 7 days a week. You need to be resting on Sunday or you need to be taking some time for you. But when you're working, you're all out. And when you do that, make sure the people that you love know what's happening. Just say, hey, I'm gonna do an intense run here for a period of time, because it's a game changer when you do it. Because what happens when you make a serious run is your skills develop significantly faster. Your energy goes up, which becomes attractive for the people you're talking. They can feel that. People can feel your energy. They can feel what's going on. And so more of your team will become engaged, or more of the people that you bring to your team will become engaged. And then your volume will go up and your income will go up, right? And it doesn't have to grow massively, but it'll grow. Because just, the business is mathematics with heart. That's what it is. And so making a 90-day run is serious. And so when you do this, there's got to be a couple of principles. One, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. You got to decide what goes, right? So, there's probably a couple TV shows that you shouldn't watch at least 6 days a week for those 90 days, right? There's probably some other activities that you should set aside. You can come back to them. But for the run, you're going to have to make sacrifices, because you're going to use time that's currently being diverted into something else. And then the second thing you got to do is make daily commitments to specific activities. So number one, you got to make a commitment to a level of contacts. And that level of contacts has to be pretty high compared to what you're currently doing. When someone gets into something like real estate or the stock market or insurance or any kind of telemarketing business, they make hundreds of calls per day, right? And, you can build a business in the home business space by making 3. That's not going to do it for a 90-day run. In a 90-day run, you got to elevate that. And obviously you may have a job and other commitments. So you may have to, maybe it's 15 a day, right? Or 18 a day. It's got to stretch you significantly. It's got to take you to the point of, oh my gosh, that's all I could do, right? But it makes a difference. And then that level of contacts will then result in a level of presentations that is elevated, right? And ideally you'd use a tool in your story because you can do more, right? So it's a video or whatever you're using, but it's all about presentations, right? That's the key. And then you want to track that activity. right? Because it's going to be a great teaching tool for you and the people that you work with. And then you make sure you're recharging, right? Make sure you're recharging, and don't think, once you decide to do a 90-day run, don't think about the 90 days. Just do it a day at a time. One day at a time, you can do it. And remember, you're worth it, right? You're worth doing this, right? There's nothing that's keeping you from success except yourself, right? That's just the way it always is, right? Success is possible for anyone who's willing to do the sweat equity. And that's what this is. It's a run of sweat equity, but you're worth doing it. And it could be the launch for you that changes everything. Seen it over and over and over, done it over and over and over. And so I know that it's true. So I hope this was helpful for you. You might want to share this with your team to give them some insight as to how they could also make a run. And maybe you get a team of people to do the run with you. Now you really can change the game. So hope this was helpful. If you need any prospecting help, make sure you check out the Blueprint Process training. Also, the Process book at toddberry.com. The Process book is a fantastic tool. It's a little book that people read that book and they're like, I could do this. That's what you want, right? You want people to go, hey, I could do this. And that's what that book will do for you, is it will help your prospects who are seriously looking at doing it or wondering if they can, to understand how simple it is. And that's how it will serve you. So that's over at toddberry.com. And while you're there, make sure you get your 27 scripts. That's a free MP3 download for you that will really help you be more effective in having conversations. So hope this was beneficial. See you next time.